If you want to know the power of manifesting and changing anything in your life under 24 hours, sign up to my masterclass in the link below. I can guarantee you, you will change anything you want in your life. $1 million, the mansion of your dream, the partner of your dream, a brand new career, anything you want, sign up to my class and I can guarantee your life will change forever. So what are you waiting for? Okay guys, no, I'm joking. Now that I have your attention, to change anything you want in your life, you don't need to sign up to any masterclass or any course whatsoever. You only need a little bit of creativity, discipline and execution, and the enthusiasm and passion. Yeah, that's all you need to achieve great things in life. So guys, okay, now that I have your attention, thank you for watching this video. For those who don't know me and those who know me, I'm Steph, aka the Global Hobo. I talk about the expat life in Indonesia, especially Jakarta, but also other places in the world. And today I want to talk about something different. I want to jump on the bandwagon of politics. Hey, let's be controversial. Let's be politically incorrect or correct. Let's see. So yeah, today what I want to focus about, I see a lot of things on my social media newsfeed, but also YouTube, about how the UK is actually decaying and actually the UK is dying. It's not what it used to be. It's a dying country. Just leave it at all costs. Just really, like I said, you flog in a dead horse if you stay in the UK. And I want to give a little bit of my 2 cents on it, because even though, as you guys know, I'm not British, I'm French, but I've been living in the UK for the past 17 years. My partner is British. I secretly want England to win a football trophy, but yeah, let's keep it on the low. I still support France anyway. So yeah, I'd like to add my 2 cents on it and kind of explore a few categories on why people are saying that the UK is dead and you need to leave it. Yeah, I see a lot of titles like this, like social media pushing that narrative, like leave the UK at all costs. You know, there's nothing left in the UK, the economy is dire, immigration is rising, everything is Armageddon. The country is going to implode. There's going to be a nuclear bomb happening in the UK, you know. So like, first of all, like, social media really thrives on negative titles. They love to grab your attention with, you know, sensationalism, on negativity, you know, like short, quick, you know, like sensationalist title to grab your attention and make you panic, like the media in general. So bear that in mind when you see all these things. The first one, the weather. Okay, we all know it's raining, it's miserable, it's windy, it's cold. It's true in the UK, it's true. It does rain a lot in Southeast Asia as well. It rains a lot. I mean, it's still warm. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm not outside now because it's pouring down like crazy. But it rains here as well. And the benefits in the UK, so you have like 4 seasons. I mean, you do have the cold as well. The heat sometimes, like really sometimes, but you have the heat. Here you only have heat, humidity, rain, no cold, no autumn, no nothing. So if you like variation in the weather, the UK is better. Second, oh, very controversial, very crazy. Yeah, I want to talk about immigration. So I see a lot of people on social media like debating, and you know, like people from all political board, really, spectrum, like east or, you know, like the right or the left, and saying that the immigration is too high, illegal immigration is too high in the UK. And in some part, yeah, it can be true. In other parts, yeah, if you look at numbers, you look at a country like Colombia or Brazil or other countries in South America, like the immigration level in the UK is very low compared to these. Like look at Colombia, look at the number of Venezuelan migrants that cross the border illegally and go to Colombia because the economy is better there, or same as in Brazil. So yes, it's true. I mean, people are coming to the UK, but like the number are low when you look at the facts. And so on that as well is yeah, so the people say that it's not fair that like new migrants are coming and you know the red carpet are being rolled over for them, and actually I do agree, because it's not fair for like people who live, indigenous people who actually live and work in Britain and who feel left out for that. But I do think that these measures are only temporary. Like I don't think any migrants, any people who respect themselves want to come to a country and be assisted all their life. I think it's a transition. They just want to come and improve their life. They want to get a job, gain new skills, or at least for their kids, you know, to go to school and university and get a better life. And like the assistance from the government, it's only temporary. I don't think it lasts. And yeah, and on that as well, on immigration, I do think that the birth rate in the UK is not high enough to sustain the welfare system or the tax system. Clearly, Western European countries need more workforce. There are more and more people going to retirement soon in the next 15, 20 years, and there are not enough people to replace that workforce leaving. So it's painful to admit, but when you look at the numbers, it is true, it's a fact. So yeah, and on the fact of temporary assistance help, I just want to give a bit of personal insight, a personal story that I want to share with you. Like I was raised and born in Paris in France, but my parents are from Mauritius Island, which is a tiny island in the Indian Ocean, like popularly known for honeymoon destination or beautiful beach and all of that. So my parents emigrated to France in the 70s, and a person that I've always looked up to is my father and my mom as well. And so they came to France, they had nothing really, only a suitcase with them. And I always remember talking to my dad and him telling me that the story of him arriving in France with no help whatsoever from the government, but having to live in the center of Paris in a studio flat with 5 other people, mainly from India, and surviving that way for a few months before actually finding a job and then a career in mechanics, and then improving his life, getting married, and you know, building a life and integrating and everything. So these things take time. It's a process. Newcomers will not settle down straight away. It will take time. And yeah, so that's a personal story I wanted to share. So next category I'd like to focus on is the cost of living or the economy in the UK, but that also applies to Western Europe and also to France, my country. So yeah, the cost of living is rising. It's absolutely true. Wages are stagnating, but it's a global phenomenon. It is a worldwide phenomenon. It is happening here in Southeast Asia and Indonesia as well. We might be better off, like maybe because we earn more money, but this is the truth everywhere. Everything is increasing here. Like cost of grocery here in Indonesia is not actually cheaper than in the UK or France. It's actually on par. Prices are on par. That's if you want to consume Western food, you know, like other type of food, like, you know, like chicken feet or rendang or, you know, chicken porridge or things like that, which is not really my cup of tea. You can have that for cheap, but I don't think it's, I mean, it's really hard to adjust your taste buds to that. If you want to keep a Western type of grocery shopping, you're gonna have to pay the same prices as in the UK. So yeah, and the economy. So yeah, a lot of people like who work in the UK are just, you know, making ends meet really. They don't feel like they can save any money. They don't think that they get the service they want with the money they pay, which is true in a way. But one amazing thing about the UK is like the easiness of actually creating a business or a side hustle or things of that nature. Is the paperwork. I mean, it's actually very easy to start a business and to gain all the education you need online now to learn new skills, learn about AI, learn about new technology, learn about marketing, learn about content creation, expand your horizon. All the paperwork for starting a business is very easily achievable in the UK. And this is one of the great things. And I'm sure it's pretty similar among other countries like in the US or France or other places. So yes, cost of living is rising. The economy seems dire, but it requires us a bit of creativity, a little bit of thinking on how to increase our earnings to face the rising cost. And like I said, it's a worldwide phenomenon. It's happening everywhere. So yeah, that's another category. And also, let's not forget that a place like London is great for networking, business networking. You have the chance of having a, you know, a global, worldwide city at your doorstep, and London is great for business networking, events, and opportunities to create more wealth. Because London is actually, if London was a country, it would be the 25th richest country in the world. So that's not to be neglected, in my opinion. Then, next, what I'd like to touch on. So, the quality of customer service and also like public services that you get in Europe is unmatched in other places. Just an example, I think like when you look at Southeast Asia, you're painting a beautiful picture of beach, low cost of living, and things of that nature. Just a simple thing as pollution and waste removal, waste management. You know, like in the UK, in France, you have a very well-functioning society, very well-functioning country that's being cleaned on a daily basis. Rubbish collected every day. You have bins everywhere. The level of pollution is not as high as here. I live in one of the most polluted cities in the world, Jakarta, and London is no match to it. Paris is no match to it. Everything is cleaned. Everything is organized. Customer service is like one of the best in the UK or in France. Yes, you do live like a king here. Like, for example, the waiting for a service to be provided to you, it might take you very long to wait here in comparison to the UK, where everything is organized and planned for you, and you know how long you have to wait. You have a reference number for your case. You know that such or such is coming today at 2 p.m. at your place to fix your boiler or anything. It's not guaranteed here. They can give you a time. You can wait for days, or you know, it's like the relaxed lifestyle. So yeah, so just an example, or other things like you know, like the government services, you know, immigration, or the tax services. Like if you want to reach someone from HMRC in the UK, it's actually You can do it online, you can do it over the phone. I mean, here it's difficult to reach people for other services, or you know, like the banking system works differently here to the UK. Public services are pretty good back home. We can't complain about that. We have a tax system in place which pays for those services. The pavements are amazing back home. You can walk everywhere. You have parks, maintained parks everywhere. You have like pavements. You have buses. You have public transportation. Like here, the public transportation is very limited. The traffic is insane. You can't walk everywhere. You need a car everywhere. So think about that. Back home, I don't think that's dying. Back home, that's very well maintained. And it's for everyone, everybody to enjoy. So yeah, so I think that's a good plus for the UK and Europe in general. So yeah, for the next topic, I need to think about it. I'm just gonna go and get some food. I'll come back and I'll see you in a minute, guys. Peace. Times are hard, but I believe in you. You can create your opportunities anywhere you want, and even in doomed England. If you love your family, you want to stay close to your family and friends in the UK, you can do it. You can do it. There's nothing bad about it. You don't have to leave the country en masse. There's a future for everyone. There's a future for you in the UK. So yeah, think about that. And speaking of politics, you should see the level of political corruption in some places in Asia. Anyway, okay, let's stop. I don't want to be deported, so let's leave it here. Now, I know it's easy for me to speak because I left the country, I left the UK and I left France now, and I'm currently living in Southeast Asia. But the purpose of this video is for you, for me to take a step back and give you my point of view as an expat abroad, for someone who has left the UK. And I just want to give a message of hope to people like still living in Europe, but who are constantly being bombarded by titles like, oh, the EU, the UK or Europe or France is dying, you need to leave at all costs if you want a better life. You do what you want, guys. Whatever your heart tells you to do, you can do it. You can achieve anything you want in life. And no, don't sign up to my masterclass because this is BS anyway. You can manifest anything with no money. So yeah, not everything is rosy here in Southeast Asia. There is poverty, there is bad weather as well. Prices are increasing. Public services, public infrastructures are not always the best. There is a high level of inequality between the haves and the have-nots, more than the UK or France. So not everything is rosy. Yes, you can live in a heavenly bubble with expats, but once you get out of these, you'll see the reality for yourself. So life back in the UK is not so bad after all. And yes, it's cold, but we like the cold sometimes. So guys, it was just my small little rant about sensationalist doom and gloom titles about the decaying of the UK. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. And once again, I'm very happy for you to comment down below. If there's anything you do not agree with, you want to debate, please feel free. Let's all debate in a constructive way. So I'm happy to reply to all your comments. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next time, and hopefully this will be outside somewhere in Indonesia, Jakarta, because right now it's pouring down. I didn't want to make a video being soaked wet. So that's it for me. I'm signing